My name's Andrew, and I want to tell you a story. Many of the good stories that I read have a prologue, and this is the prologue to the story. The story is partly mine, so I will begin it from where, in my perspective, it starts for me. And hopefully, this part of the prologue will give you a reference as to where the greatest thing in my life, the greatest thing that ever happened to me, ended up starting. I was 18 or 19 when I first moved to Richmond, Virginia from Fredericksburg. I moved there with friends to play music. We were in a death metal band, and we lived there for a couple of years. We played all the time, and those memories I look back on really fondly. However, I was not in a good space mentally. I was angry every day that I woke up and realized that I was still here. The weakness in me dictated regularly that life would be easiest if it would just end, because of personal religious beliefs. While I completely understand the decision to take that in your own hands, it's not something that I would do. But even with that, I could not imagine how different I would feel in just a couple of years. I needed what would end up being my fourth back surgery around that time. Luckily, it was around the time our lease was ending, and the music wasn't working out the way that we wanted it to. Everyone was kind of doing their own thing, or getting prepped to do their own thing. And my father, knowing this, offered me to, after the surgery, recuperate and help him at the house I grew up in with him, prep the house for sale so that he could sell it and move to Nashville with my stepmother. I took him up on that, and I look back on that time very fondly. And where our story starts is during that time. Because during that time, I found myself at work one day, and I got a message randomly from this really cute girl asking me about death metal, which, if you're kind of a metalhead gothy idiot like I am, that's not nothing. And that message would end up being the beginning of what ended up being a almost 9 year, beautiful relationship, marriage, and memories that get me through every day. It's not very often in a prologue that you let the reader or reviewer know that the story does not have a good ending. And unfortunately, this one does not. This is also not a series of videos that I ever wanted to make, but I feel that I have to, in conjunction with the other videos, the ones that I want to make and have interest in making, and I feel that others might have an interest in viewing. These videos, this series, of which I have 7 planned, including this one, might, and I hate to use the word benefit, but might benefit people in my position. Because unfortunately, there are people that find themselves in my position every single day. The structure of these videos will be such that only one video as of now is relatively scripted. That'll be, I believe, episode 5. And that one will be called Paradise Lost, from Milton. Other than that, I'll mainly be speaking off the cuff, from memory, from feeling, and while it doesn't have a happy ending, I believe everything leading up to it was incredibly happy. And even if you don't find yourself in the position that I'm in and that you'll find out about, I believe you may, I hate to use the word enjoy, but you may possibly enjoy aspects of these. I do believe that I'm going to do these regardless of what people think of them, because I'm hoping for a sense of catharsis in speaking about it. And perhaps I dare to dream that it might bring aspects of healing. But in relation to the telling of the story, I hope you enjoy the aspects that were incredibly enjoyable to me that I decided to talk about. My name is Andrew. I'm 29. And my wife, who I love more than anything, died October 20th, 2022. 4 days after our first wedding anniversary. And December 7th of last year would have been 9 years together. And I cherish every day of that and every memory. And I want to bring you, whoever you ends up being, with me while I talk about her and I talk about our story. Because to me, it's everything. And as I said, I think there's going to be aspects of this that are going to be very heavy. I'm going to speak fairly candidly about this. But I believe, after seeing that there are not very many people my age in the position that I am that are at least very open about much of this, I believe maybe it might help others. And if not, it may help me. So if you've made it this far, I appreciate it. These videos will hopefully not only help with what I've described, but are also a kickstart to me fulfilling a promise that I made Mariah, that I intend to try to keep. So, thank you for being here with me. And that's it. Hope you enjoy. And it means a lot. Bye for now.